This is Blacktop Hoops. All right, I actually made the bucket for the intro. What's up? This is Blacktop Hoops, as you can tell by all of these signs over here on the edge of the court. It's a pretty sweet VR basketball game, really inspired by like street ball culture. And if you want to feel like you're sick at basketball with very minimal effort and no actual real-life basketball skills, well, then this is the game for you. I have never seen a VR basketball game that makes like actually hooping pretty well like so easy. Check this out, Like look at this dribble. You get a perfect dribble by just moving your hand down a little bit. You don't even have to really regulate the force of how much that you dribble. It just happens. You dribble and you move. It's that easy. And you want to do a cross? Whoop, 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 whoop. You just kind of bounce the ball from one hand to another, and it does it like automatically. Compared to all the other VR basketball games out there, I have never seen one that makes being good at basketball so absolutely easy. And like, check this out. You can dunk too. You don't have to be able to jump at all, which is good because my ceiling is really low and I would absolutely smash my head into it if I tried to actually jump. You just press in the right thumbstick and you go that far up. So check this out, as soon as it resets me. You just press in the right thumbstick. Bam. There's like a professional level dunk. All you have to do is get close, press a button, and you're in there. It's that easy. Let's see, so this game, like I mentioned, this game is very inspired by like street ball culture. It's got a great soundtrack. I really love the soundtrack in this game. The other thing that this VR basketball game does, other than making it incredibly easy to be good at basketball, is have a single player campaign. The bots in this game are actually like really good, and the single player campaign even has like a little story though. Honestly, I found all of the cutscenes kind of boring, and they're unskippable, which I'm not a huge fan of. Maybe they'll add in skippable cutscenes later, but I kind of got tired of talking to all the characters talk like after 5 minutes of it. Luckily, you don't have to wait through that too long before you can get to some actual games of basketball, and I have to say there's a pretty good progression curve. The early ones started off like way too easy, the early opponents, but later on they are genuinely challenging. And as someone who's not very good at basketball, who doesn't want to go to multiplayer and absolutely embarrass themselves, it's really fun to have like a fun single player environment and just play some chill games of basketball inside. So anyway, now I'm going to take you to one of the campaign opponents and we'll check that out. All right, so here I am. I'm currently about 3/4 of the way through the campaign. When you start, you start in your little room over here, your little apartment overlooking Venice Beach, which is pretty nice. There's a bunch of practice missions that sort of are interspersed in between the opponents that you actually play against. And they're pretty good for sort of rounding out your skills and teaching you more about the game. This opponent that we're going to play against is Paid Cash, the last opponent that I defeated. And I have to say, she's the first one where I actually felt a little bit of challenge. She could like steal the ball from you and actually scored some points against me. The previous ones, especially these all the way over here, were like just a breeze to play through. So the campaign definitely took a little bit to spice up.
You ready for this?
Yeah, each of them has their own little intro where they talk trash, basically, and talk about how awesome they are. Oh, she stole from me immediately. Okay. So as you can see, she is like on me right from the get-go. Except, oh, she tried to steal. Let's go. What up? So, as you can see, this is a pretty reactive and well-made AI opponent for basketball. They're very well animated. They have their own little personalities and names. Like she's called Paid Cash. They all have these crazy street ball names like Calamity or something like that. And their own little personalities. They'll have like voice lines and stuff that they say too. Ooh. But as you can see, the greatest weakness of this game is that it's actually just really easy to get underneath the hoop and dunk. They'll just kind of give way if you just sort of slowly march towards the hoop. Paid Cash doesn't do this as badly as some of the previous, more easy opponents, so she'll at least guard you directly under the hoop and make it kind of hard to dunk. Like she won't let you just get right there underneath it like the previous ones did. But this is sort of an incredibly easy strategy early on in the game. Making dunks on the AI opponents is kind of not hard at all. And honestly, I have to purposefully not just rely on that all the time, otherwise it just makes the game a little bit dull. But I have been having a whole lot of fun with this game, despite the fact that I'm just easily demolishing her by just dunking over and over again. I kind of have to force myself to take shots to actually keep the game interesting, like this. But when all else fails, you can just dunk super easily. Oh, she stole the ball again. Take another shot. Oh. Now, to be fair, there are multiple difficulty modes that you can play the campaign in. You're forced to start on the first or second of 4 difficulty modes, so it probably does get harder later on, but I'm like a few hours in. And as long as you're just going for the dunk every time and you just click the button and dunk the ball, you can make the game like super easy on yourself, despite the fact that she's actually trying to steal. Like I mentioned though, she has stolen successfully from me in the past and made some pretty sick shots. So if she gets the ball, she's actually like really dangerous, and you have to play a really good defense. Oh, damn it, I accidentally traveled. Well, now she gets the ball. You'll also notice that other than the music, the game maybe sounds a little bit quiet. Normally there's actually a lot more noise. Oh God. 1 second, let me guard her. Damn, I told you, she's dirty if she gets the ball, like really good. But there's normally these couple of announcers in the background commenting on what's going on and saying like funny catchphrases and stuff like that. Damn. See, now that she's got the ball, she's absolutely demolishing me. I really got to play better defense. But I turned off them and the voice lines that the opponent will say because, oh no, get out of here. Oh man, she scored anyway. Because they kept interrupting me while I was trying to talk. But they do add, she's absolutely demolishing me now. But they do add some really nice flavor to the game as you're playing. They say funny stuff. I really enjoy the announcers. It's just hard to talk over them. And let's go. She kind of tried to walk through me there. I stole the ball. Let's go. It's basically street ball rules. All games are played to 21. And there are a lot of different opponents to play. I can't say that I've noticed in my time that they all they have different styles of play from each other. Maybe because normally they haven't really gotten the ball from me a lot because most of the ones I've played against are just too easy. I really wish I could have played at a higher difficulty mode right from the get-go. But I have to say that I have really been enjoying my time with Blacktop Hoops. It's a fun VR basketball game, especially for someone like me who doesn't want to, or maybe just loves enjoying so many different VR games that, you know, it takes a long time to get good at some of the other VR basketball games and get the satisfaction of sinking a sweet shot or making a dunk or something like that. And there's something to be said for a game that makes the basic skills of basketball really accessible, and also that has a fantastic single-player campaign. No other VR game comes close to Blacktop Hoops in its single-player support. So for someone like me, who's not as into multiplayer basketball and prefers more of a single-player basketball experience just because I'm like really terrible at it, I have to say, Blacktop Hoops has really blown me away. This game has come really far since it was, since the original beta that came out a long time ago that I also covered on this channel. And I have to say, if you want a fun single-player basketball experience where you can just kind of get in there and start shooting hoops and doing dunks, this is it. And if you want it to get a little bit more advanced, you can change the difficulty settings. Like, you could play against bots on higher difficulties. There's also difficulty settings for the shooting. You can make the shooting harder or easier. Just for example purposes, I normally play it with the harder difficulty setting, but in this case, I turned it down just so I could actually make some shots and not embarrass myself too badly. Also, you saw what happened there when the ball caught on fire. There's these bars over there that fill up, and when one fills up, you basically just get a free shot. Normally I would have made it 3, but I didn't want to end the game so quickly. But honestly, that's about all I really have to say about Blacktop Hoops. It's a very enjoyable game. I've been having a fun time with it. And I think that there's a lot of polish to these AI opponents, and you can tell that a lot of work has been put into them. But anyway, that's all for now. Ooh, enjoy yourselves out there on the court. That's game.